Hey guys, it's Narrative Tarot. I have hair. It's just like this. So, I'm here to do some like basic astrology stuff, like things that I've been mulling over. So, the first thing I want to do is just a quick video on I have like a bunch of topics. We're not going to do all of these actually. Pluto and I keep doing Pluto and Aquarius, but I actually want to talk about Pluto and Pisces. So, Pluto and Pisces, I'm very fascinated by it, mainly because we all are talking about like Pluto returns and shit like that. I'm gonna take a bite. It's like garlic bread. And I'm kind of just like, what is Pluto and Pisces gonna like signify? Mainly because we can just see how Pluto and Capricorn is going for us. And like Pluto and Capricorn, I don't know if it's been kind. So I've been doing Pluto and Aquarius, and that one basically I'm just saying it's a lot of mind changes and stuff like that. So like access to information, access to your information. I just like got this like random like email scam about like your account has been withdrawn and all, you know, those things like that. Like that's an Aquarius thing. That's getting information, stuff like that. Using it for better, for worse. People wanting to have control over your mind, have control over your options, have control over over your mind, so that you think what your options are. Have control over your mind so that it controls what you think your options are in terms of like life and path and development. And then there's people that buck that trend, and then there's people that go along with it, and there's like a big thing. Pluto and Pisces, there's going to be a series of this. It's just going to be multiple videos of me talking about Pluto and Pisces. So Pluto and Pisces is like kind of interesting to me because I'm kind of looking around and at different nations. So let's backtrack. One of the things I've noticed is that like I kind of earth grid like a lot, and because of that I've become very interested in places and the energetics of places and the energetics of the people in those places, and how the people influence the place influence the people, and how we move to certain places for different reasons. And some of those reasons are hidden in our charts, and they're also hidden in the chart of the place that you're going. So I think I'm going to do a quick video like after this one. So Pluto and Pisces for me is going to be very interesting. So we have like nations going through their Pluto returns right now. Like any nation that has Pluto and Cap is basically going through their Pluto return. The only one that I know is the US. And so, you know, that's the big one, the big kahuna. Everybody is like so fascinated about like America's Pluto return. Whether or not you like want it to go up or down is kind of like irrelevant. I just know that like, you know, people are like waiting to see what happens because we're not done with this bit yet. So there's that. Pluto and Aquarius, there's going to be more nations that come up, particularly the ones. So if we're Pluto and Cap would be like 17, I don't know when the beginning date is, but it probably would be wrapping up in the 80s, maybe 1790s. And then Pluto, excuse me, and Aquarius takes over. Any nation that's like kind of made in between that. Let me see. Let me look it up. Any nation that's like made between that time, they're going to be up, and you're going to start seeing like a little bit of a shift within that. Or nations that had significant things happen in this space. So, oh shit. Dates. All right. Pluto and Aquarius dates. I hate when they do this. When was Pluto last in Aquarius? So, okay. So this is the 20-year span. Okay. This is from PatrickWatsonAstrology.com. From 1778 to about 1798. So basically around that time, we've kind of like calmed down in America, right? I mean, there's still like shit going on, calm down in America, but like places in Europe were probably shifting and developing at that point. Various nations, just anywhere there where this time period is significant, just keep an eye out for like random shit to happen. Maybe things with like cybersecurity, things with this may probably just be a Pluto and Aquarius video. Child, I don't fool y'all. Cybersecurity, uprisings, technology, things like that. Either people get really upgraded with technology, or like technology just ends up really bad, like censorship or something like that. Just shit like that, you know. So pay attention to any nation that formed around that time, or any like area that underwent like significant change, which is like basically damn near the entire earth. But certain nations had more development than others during this time period, and so we're trying to figure out, you know, what's going on. Pluto and Pisces, and I might as well just continue and hopefully only take a few more minutes. Pluto and Pisces is very interesting to me because I think the one nation that I'm really curious to see is actually the Republic of Haiti, like Haiti. I'm actually really interested in the development, mainly because like all of this stuff has happened to this nation, and I'm just like very curious. And so I'm very curious as to what happens, and I think nations that have Pluto and Pisces, so any nation that was formed between 1797, so like I guess it's covering that retrograde period, to about almost basically 1825. Any nation that kind of formed or went significant transitions, I feel like for those there may be like a very spiritual like kind of shift. Like, so with Capricorn, Pluto nations, there's probably like things about hierarchy and the way like being seen in the world, projecting outward into the world, control and stuff like that. The Pluto and Aquarius like nations dealing with technology, they probably are the countries that had like significant technological advances, perhaps first, or even last, depending on like how devolved their Pluto was or how aspected or whatever. Pluto and Pisces, I kind of feel like it's almost like the land. It's like there's a spiritual veil over places, I think, with Pluto and Pisces. And I know people talk about like voodoo and Haiti and stuff like that, but that's not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is, and it has to be noted, and I'll just do this second video, but it has to be noted that I think these nations deal with like a very big energy centers, essentially. Even if it's not for like a really long time, it's only like a 20-year span, but like during this time, I really feel like spiritualism, art, transcendence will be like very popular. Philosophy will be very significant. So So France would kind of be in there, I think. Would France be in there? Maybe they're Pluto and Aquarius, which kind of would have some mental aspects to them. But I'm just very curious to see what Pluto and Pisces is as far as the spiritualism. Water, yeah, water is going to be very significant. Depending on how it is, alcoholism could go up, mental health could go up. As far as like incidences of like development of such issues, like water issues, like very dirty water or very clean water, water becomes very healing to people. Spiritual bathing and saunas and hot springs and all these places, you may find a new water source. You may find new minerals or something in the water that's very uplifting to the spirit and uplifting to the body. Yeah. But it could be also be a time that's very hard to traverse for a lot of people and very hard to deal with. And I think that's what I'm going to do and roll over to the next video. But those nations that are formed between that time, and I'm going to look up Pluto and Pisces nations to kind of, I guess, give a roundup. But know that with astrology, nations have kind of turned over like so many times that the nation as a whole may not be affected. It may be certain aspects or certain landmarks or certain spaces. Like if you annexed one part of the country during this time, maybe that part is the one that's going to go through significant change. Or the parts that are surrounding it will go through change in reaction to something. And with Pluto and Pisces, there may be a veil of how one sees the world that is challenged in some way. That causes reactivity or some sort of escapist tendency to come out, and the energy needs to be grounded. So let's go into the next video. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.